Tonight, Georgia leaders are taking steps to see if eliminating the state's income tax is possible. But Democrats accuse the committee's creator, Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, of using the move to boost his political campaign. Atlanta News First reporter Abby Casores has the story.
We're going to completely eliminate the state income tax.
In his campaign ad, Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones says if he's elected governor, he'll eliminate the state income tax. He says it would make the state more attractive to businesses and workers.
I want to incentivize workers. I want to incentivize people to go to work every day. And the best way to do that is to lessen the tax burden.
Now he's created a committee.
So that is true. I mean, it does make a place attractive to live in if there's no state income tax. I don't really know how a business would benefit from that, but I mean, I guess the owners, they don't have to pay state income tax if they take money out or take a salary. But yeah, it would be attractive. I mean, however, it's pretty hard to go from accepting state income tax to not accepting state income tax, especially in today's day and age with so many social programs you have to have money for, again, disasters or things that your state might need. You can't just when you cut taxes, you have to cut funding somewhere. Like the money has to come from somewhere. That money was going somewhere. So whatever that money was going to will no longer receive that money. So you will have to either increase another tax or add a soda tax. Like in Philly, you can add a higher gas tax when you go to, because for people who don't know, when you go to the gas station, the price that you see is with tax. So every gallon is taxed by the state, but they don't tell you what the tax is. You have to look it up to find out how much of the actual price of the gas is taxed. So there are measures that you can take. So you have to present an actual plan. So we're going to listen further into the video, but you obviously have not heard a plan other than he wants to make the state more attractive, which it would do, but this is seeming non-feasible.
Committee designed to figure out if the state could carry out that plan and how. He selected 11 senators to serve on the committee, 8 Republicans, 3 Democrats, including Democratic Senator Doc Rett. Rett says he understands why it's an easy sell to voters to try to gain their favor. But he says eliminating the income tax is a lot like robbing Peter to pay Paul.
You don't have to pay any tax. Yay! But however, Peter or Paul or Mary will show you one hand, but they're going to try, but they have to recoup that money with the other hand.
Lawmakers already passed a bill signed into law to reduce the income tax bit by bit each year. Rett says eliminating income tax would require them to bring in more revenue or dip into savings. Will they have to raise the sales tax? Will the surplus take a hit? What about natural disasters? Hurricane Helene caused billions of dollars of damage. Democrats fear removing the revenue stream could impact some of the state's priorities that impact quality of life, like education and health care.
Each time we turn it back, we're affecting hundreds and thousands of lives throughout the state of Georgia.
The committee will meet for the first time later this summer and then end in December before the legislative session begins early next year. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Casores.
So a lot of people take for granted that we fund the government. We hire people that are supposed to work for us to be the CEO of our city, our state, the country. So, or our representatives, Congress, the House, Senate. So we put these people in positions. We pay their salaries. We pay for everything. The regular, everyday person that we were just talking about, that's struggling out here from Rich Dollars, that conversation we just had, that's who funds the government. So when you remove the tax on the people, you have to figure out another way to fund or you have to cut certain programs, or you have to find another way to fund certain programs. And people just really have a hard time understanding because they think the government is their daddy, and it's not. It's not. And I wish more people knew that. But that was that. And we're going to move into our last topic, which is the traffic stop over in Jacksonville. This is from February. This guy he's going to probably win a pretty decent lawsuit. So I wouldn't trade places with him, depending on how much he wins in the lawsuit. But because I'm pretty sure this had to be a pretty scary event for him. Because when the police pull you over and they're the authorities, will say, and they do something to you, you don't know if it's going to be covered up. You don't know if they're going to unalive you. You don't know if they're going to plant something on you, say you did something that you didn't do. It was a story. This guy was in jail for months. Some white guy up in Pennsylvania, he was mentally challenged. They got behind him in the car, a bunch of state troopers. He ended up, by the time they caught him, they yanked him out the car, and he was special ed. He didn't know what was going on. And they yanked him out the car, beat him. One officer broke his hand on the man, then charged him with assault for the officer breaking his hand while punching him. So you just never know how these things are going to turn out. So I'm pretty sure this was a really, really scary thing that happened to this young man in Jacksonville. But hopefully they have to pay out. Good thing he was recording, and more people need to record. I need to record as well, although my interactions when pulled over, which doesn't happen as much anymore. But my last 20, 30 times being pulled over, things have gone smooth, no issues. When I was younger, cops were a little bit more animated. Yeah, we'll just use that word. But let's go to the video.
Walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Yeah. And then I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, first of all. And then there's no rain. It doesn't matter.
So that's incorrect. So number one, there is no rain. This young man is correct. So when it's raining outside, you're supposed to turn your headlights on to help people see you. That's true. However, as you can see, this officer just standing over there, not wiping his face. You don't see any water hitting the window. You can tell it's not raining. So it's not raining, it's not dark. You don't need to have your lights on. So when the officer says it doesn't matter, it does matter. I don't have to have my lights on a bright sunny day. It's asinine to have my lights on if it's not dark or if it's not raining, if the conditions aren't in a way where it would be hard for people to see me and I'm a danger on the road. I don't need to have my lights on.
You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
See, so when he asks for a supervisor, they're supposed to bring a supervisor, not bust his window open. That's not what's supposed to happen. Now, he went bare arm. This guy's a psychopath. What? You see him? He going naked arm. He's an idiot. What? You don't do that. You can slice any type of vein. You numbskull.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle.
Ooh.
Show me your hands.
And he busts the window with his bare arm and hand. I don't know if this guy's on cocaine. I don't know what this man is on. He took too much pre-workout before he got to work. I don't know what this guy's on. He on steroid. I don't know what's going on in his life. He busted out with his elbow, and then I think I saw a fist through the window to finish breaking it. Then he reaches in there and punches him like a bitch. This man doesn't even seem fazed by the punch. Or maybe it's his adrenaline, because I know his adrenaline is through the roof at this point. I know he getting hot and bothered. At this point, this is when you realize you don't know what's going to go, how this is going to end. You have no clue how this is going to end at this point. This turned from an interaction of going back and forth with the police officer. Well, I didn't do anything wrong. Let me speak to a superior, please. He's been really polite to, you've been assaulted at this point. You've had your property destroyed. You've been assaulted. And it's just beginning.
Here.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir? What is your reason?
Step out now. All right.
No, don't.
Stop fighting. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. What's wrong with you?
I was putting my hands behind my back.
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
Fucking talking shit, bro. I was doing, bro. What's going on, man?
You're under arrest.
Over. He walked up.
He is so lucky he had that camera right there. I'm pretty sure their body cams wasn't working. So thankfully he had this. I'm happy that he had this. I hope that that police officer right there is fired. Oh, all of those police officers fired because they all handled this terribly. I hope that one in particular, this guy right here, gets locked up for assault as well as being fired. This is ridiculous. So it says he has a chipped tooth, 9 stitches in his lip. His tooth went through his lip from him being slammed on the ground, not from the punk ass punches, which he threw another punk ass punch once he got out the car. Clearly, if you take that gun and that badge off, somebody would beat the shit out of you. He has short-term memory loss in his heart, and he's not mentally healed from the situation, which I wouldn't be mentally healed from the situation. Do I think he has short-term memory loss? Probably not. But let's throw that on there. Let's throw long-term on there. Let's throw as many things as possible. Your back hurt, whatever. You everything wrong with you. You can't even get a haircut. You know, your scalp hurt. Whatever you can throw on there, just throw it on there. Cash this man out. Fire all the police officers that were involved, at least on this side of the car. The guy on the passenger side, unless he's that black guy that came over there, unless he's the guy who came over to the other side, he's good. He was just talking. Unless he's the black guy again that came over to the other side. If that's him, then fire his ass too. But yeah, so comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this. This was the show. Man. So I'm Gary for fitnessfirstnutrition.com. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.